You slept 8 hours. You haven't done anything particularly strenuous. It's only mid-morning and you're already tired. Sound familiar? Fatigue is one of the most common complaints among adults over 60. And here's what's important. While some degree of energy change is a normal part of aging, persistent, debilitating fatigue is not simply a fact of getting older that you have to accept. In many cases, it has specific, treatable causes. Today, we're covering the most common medical and lifestyle reasons for fatigue in older adults, and what can actually be done about each one. First, it's critical to acknowledge that persistent fatigue can be a symptom of an underlying medical condition that needs proper diagnosis and treatment. Before attributing tiredness to lifestyle, these need to be ruled out. Anemia, iron deficiency, or other forms of anemia is a very common cause of fatigue in older adults. When the blood doesn't carry enough oxygen, every cell in the body is deprived of energy. A simple blood test checks for this. Thyroid dysfunction, particularly hypothyroidism, where the thyroid produces insufficient hormones, causes profound, persistent fatigue along with weight gain, cold sensitivity, and depression. Very common in older adults and highly treatable with medication. Again, a straightforward blood test. Diabetes and prediabetes cause chronic fatigue through blood sugar dysregulation. Cells are starved of glucose even when blood sugar is high. Heart disease. The heart working harder than it should to maintain circulation produces fatigue as an early symptom, sometimes before any obvious cardiac symptoms appear. Depression. Fatigue is one of the most central symptoms of depression, and depression is significantly underdiagnosed in older adults. It's often dismissed as a natural response to aging or loss, but it's a treatable medical condition. Sleep apnea, a condition where breathing repeatedly stops during sleep, preventing deep restful sleep. Many people with sleep apnea don't know they have it. Symptoms include loud snoring, waking unrefreshed, morning headaches, and daytime sleepiness even after adequate time in bed. Vitamin and mineral deficiencies. Vitamin D, vitamin B12, iron, and magnesium deficiencies all produce significant fatigue. All are detectable with blood tests and correctable. If you have persistent fatigue, the first step is a thorough blood panel with your doctor. Don't self-diagnose, get the data. Sleep architecture changes significantly with age. Older adults spend less time in deep, restorative slow-wave sleep and experience more frequent nighttime awakenings. This means that even with adequate hours in bed, sleep may not be fully restorative. Improving sleep quality is one of the most powerful interventions for daytime fatigue. Sleep hygiene is the foundation. Consistent sleep and wake times, even on weekends, reinforce your circadian rhythm. Keep the bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Avoid screens for at least an hour before bed, as blue light suppresses melatonin. Avoid caffeine after 2 p.m. Caffeine has a half-life of about 5 to 6 hours. A coffee at 3 p.m. still has significant caffeine in your system at 9 p.m. Limit alcohol. While alcohol makes you feel sleepy, it significantly disrupts sleep architecture, reducing deep sleep and causing early morning waking. Napping. A short nap of 20 to 30 minutes early in the afternoon can improve afternoon alertness without affecting nighttime sleep. Longer or later naps can backfire. If you have sleep apnea symptoms, discuss a sleep study with your doctor. CPAP treatment for sleep apnea is dramatically effective at restoring energy levels. This seems counterintuitive. If you're tired, how can exercise help? But the research is consistent and striking. Regular moderate exercise significantly reduces fatigue and increases energy levels, even in people who start very tired. Exercise improves mitochondrial function, the energy-producing machinery of your cells, increases cardiovascular efficiency, improves sleep quality, and releases endorphins that improve mood and mental energy. A 2008 study found that sedentary adults who began low-intensity exercise 3 days per week reported a 65% reduction in fatigue. The key word is starting. Begin with what's manageable, even a 10-minute daily walk, and build gradually. Resistance training is particularly important for combating the age-related muscle loss that makes physical tasks more tiring. Stronger muscles perform the same tasks with less effort. What you eat directly affects your energy levels throughout the day. Blood sugar stability is crucial. Meals heavy in refined carbohydrates and sugar cause rapid glucose spikes followed by crashes, the mid-morning or post-lunch energy slump many people experience. Eating meals balanced with protein, healthy fats, and fiber produces steady energy rather than peaks and crashes. Adequate protein becomes more important with age. Older adults need more protein than younger adults to maintain muscle and sustain energy. Aim for 2 to 1. 6 grams per kilogram of body weight daily, spread across meals. Dehydration is a frequently overlooked cause of fatigue. Even mild dehydration of 1 to 2% reduces alertness and concentration. The thirst mechanism becomes less sensitive with age, meaning you may be dehydrated without feeling thirsty. Drink water consistently throughout the day, targeting 6 to 8 glasses. Vitamin B12 is essential for energy metabolism and neurological function. Deficiency, very common in older adults, particularly those on proton pump inhibitors or metformin, causes severe fatigue and neurological symptoms. Get your levels checked. Energy isn't purely physical. Mental and emotional factors are significant contributors to how energized or drained you feel. Social engagement provides energy for most people. Isolation and loneliness, which are epidemic among older adults, are strongly associated with fatigue, depression, and cognitive decline. Maintaining meaningful social connections is a legitimate energy strategy. Purpose and engagement, having things to look forward to, goals to work toward, and activities that provide meaning generate psychological energy. Retirement, while welcome in many ways, can inadvertently remove structure and purpose. Replacing these deliberately is important. Mental overload, chronic worry, rumination, and anxiety are exhausting. Practices that quiet the mind, mindfulness, gentle movement, spending time in nature, journaling, reduce mental fatigue. Persistent fatigue after 60 is common, but it is not inevitable, and it is not something you simply have to live with. Start with your doctor. Get a thorough blood panel to rule out treatable medical causes. Then look at your sleep, your movement, your nutrition, and your emotional well-being as the pillars that sustain your energy. Energy is not a fixed resource that declines with age. It is, in large part, a reflection of how well you are sleeping, moving, eating, and connecting. The right changes can give it back. See you in the next video.